Shantanu Das Sharma is the author, the #1 best-selling author of the book Awaken the Incredible Within. इन्होंने मेरी बात मानी नहीं और ऐसी book लिखी. But I think that's exactly what he chose to do. Shantanu, you are welcome to Superpower Speaker Program, and I'm glad that you are here.
Thank you.
Please go ahead and share your journey with the audience and share your ideas. Stage is all yours. Thank you very much.
How was it going so far? Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
What kind of yes is that? Wonderful. Thank you, Nitin. It is such a pleasure to be in this kind of an audience to share how exactly I have moved from that point where you are sitting today to this point. Would be very interesting for all of us to share. Today, I am Shantanu Das Sharma, launched myself as a behavioral success coach and NLP trainer with a certain dream. When I began this, at that point of time, I had no idea that how success would meet me in whatever I would like to do. I would give you the glimpse as I moved ahead to ensure that what exactly had happened with me and what did I do with it. As Nitin very correctly said, that there has to be certain structure of success. There has to be certain ways that we address success head-on in life, irrespective of the doubts that kill us. It is exactly this what had happened, how I did it, how I began. When I came here in India, after a few decades of working outside, I felt that I am launching myself as a behavioral success coach or a life coach for that matter, and I have to begin somewhere. And like you, I had attended this session and I could realize what could be the significance of writing a book, and I wrote the book became Amazon #1 seller and all of it, and then the magic began. The magic is, many institutions started sending me invites. Wonderful. They were sending me invites, they were telling me to address their students, their employees in the institution, other guests and other congregation, 100, 150, 200, 300, everything was fine. But the next statement which used to come from them was not that fine. They used to say, we have a budget, but we can only take care of your conveyance and all of other costs. And that's it. Now I wondered, this is some way telling me that you must speak to us free. Why should I be interested for a free session? Why should I talk free? Is this what's going to happen? One session, I went there. Second, went there. Free was going on. Free was not leaving me. I was not free in my mind. It was completely unfreed by doubts, worries, anxieties, that what would be the future of this profession or career which I am launching. Then something struck my mind. I have a book. I have a book there. The moment this clicked my mind, I started carrying in all those free talking sessions my books. And as I would be moving through the session and ending it, I would tell them that there is a book, if you choose, you can buy. Most of the time I have seen, at least if there are 100 people there, 30 people would buy the book. And when they buy the book, as they buy the book, I used to go there and be near them and try to see that if there are certain queries, and I would tell them, I would sign your book. Now when I signed the book, it would entail with a very small discussion or a short discussion where I might ask that what is it that you're going to do with the book? They would obviously say that we have some dreams in our mind. We want to launch ourselves. We have some ideas. We couldn't practically implement it. So maybe I would do something like you as a trainer. Or I really don't know what is it that I am missing to do. That was giving me an indication to tell them that, oh, wonderful. You have purchased my book. As a gesture, I'm going to offer you a free session. This free session is where I would be giving you, I would dig down into your mind and get into your confusions and perplexities and would identify along with you what could be your goal, what could be your dream, make you identify how you can come around whatever you are thinking as a challenge in your life. Now, most of the time, those people would accept it with both their hands, accept it and be very delighted that I have given them a free session. And when I meet them in the free session, I would go deep down into him and understand what is their dream, what is it that they want to do. And using all that I have done, I would get into him to give him certain thing which he sees as the problem or the dark space or the blind spot area, and also how he can come around that. And also give him what could be the potential for him had he do certain or go through certain practices. And I tell him that if you are with me, I have an offer for you. Now that was an advice which I was giving free, still free. How many of you are here who are in the business of giving advices? Wonderful. And how many of you are here who most of the time land up in giving free advices? We are coaches, we are trainers, we are skilled. We have put a lot of our time and effort to build ourselves. And then every day at the end of it, when we see that we have given advices and people love to come to us, we are giving free advices, people are coming. Always they're calling and asking for advices, and they're getting it, and we are giving it free. It is a sense of depletion. It is a sense of hopelessness which is coming on us after a while if we are not in a position to monetize our advices. Now, how do we monetize our advices? How do we monetize it? Whenever there is an opportunity, like me as a new entrant in the market, as we have launched, whatever is at the background, what could be the possible experience of people in our community, in our tribe, and what exactly we can circumvent that to come to a state where I am standing. Let us see this. How to monetize those free ideas. I have implemented certain structure of success here. Would you guys interested to know that? Yes. Really? Yes. Wonderful. Whenever I have been approached by these institutions to go for a free talk and give a free talk, and I always went back saying, no, not this time. This is the third time. This is the fourth time. I remembered what Nitin had said in one of our Kolkata workshops, that whenever you get an opportunity to speak in any place by an invitation, you should grab that with both your hands. And then what? Try to find how exactly you can monetize that. Now, to monetize that, what do we need? to monetize your free ideas, which you have given as a free talk, you can have your book. That's a product. How many of you think that book is a product? Okay. It seems majority of us think book is not a product. For those of you who are saying or thinking and not raised your hands, understanding that book is not a product, then why do we put a price on it? On anything that you put a price, that's a product. Now, the best thing about wealth is the entire world is divided into these 4 quadrants. Surprisingly, the research says that 5% of the wealth lies with the employee who have a job or a self-employed, and 95% of the population is in these categories. 95% of the wealth is with a business owner who owns a system or investor, and this is just 5% of the population. If you are writing a book and if you are having a product, you immediately come to this quadrant. Your book, and this is your product, and you are in this category, which is the prime category. Now, how exactly we go about it? As I was telling, when we and you are being invited, say for an instance, for a free talk, and you have gone there, I always do this. I go to a free talk session, and at the end of this session, I always carry my book along with me, and they are there, and I tell the audience, if you choose, you can always buy my book. Most of the time, I have seen in a collection of 100 as a congregation, 30 people will buy the book, as I was telling. And when those people buying the book, which I left at that time, I came back here, I would simply silently go near them and say that I am here to sign off your book. And as I sign the book, the discussion would continue, which I left again, is this, that what exactly would you do by reading this book? What exactly you're going to achieve by going through this book? Now, when I ask these questions, a very probing but very simple questions, they come out automatically saying that I have a dream to become a trainer, a coach, a speaker, and I want to know how you have become a trainer or a coach successfully after even staying back outside India, came back and connected with India. I would like to know, I would love to know, but I am not having a very clear idea how I should go about my profession or change. The moment I hear that, out of those 30 people, at least I understand that there are about 7 people whom I can offer free coaching sessions. I tell them, look here, I have an offer for you. In a gesture in return of you buying my book, I'm going to offer you a session, a life coaching session, and that session would be for 1 hour time about. As such, I charge a certain amount of money for this session, but this is a gesture to you. So you're welcome. The moment I say that, people welcome that. They receive it, they accept it, and the session day comes, and he or she is in front of me with the session and for the session. As we progress through the session, and as we delve down deep into his mind, and his vision, and his dream, his aspirations, and his desires, and the obstacles, and the confusion, and the anxieties, we very clearly, succulently understand that where exactly and how exactly his map of reality, of his world, can be transformed. And as I do that, he feels a certain amount of change in that session. Now, as this session goes to an end or a conclusion, by that time, the man has had an evidence experientially to know that how he can transform and how he can make his dreams come true which was otherwise abundant. Now, the moment he sees this value, I give him an offer. I tell him, look, I see a lot of possibilities in you, which can give you a lot of return from what resources you have. And that is by coaching sessions, by life coaching sessions, I can transform your experiences. And my structure is like this. This is one of my most favorite slides of offering a life coaching session and how I can connect with them. I tell them that in my structure, I generally, most of the time, offer a price of about 35,000 a session, which goes for about 3 to 4 hours, depending on the depth and the queries and the subject and whatever is the context. Now, for this 3 to 4 hour session, which happens once a week or in the weekends or in the middle of the week, this particular session would continue for max 5, 7, 12, 15. Now, for a complete life transformation, a person needs at least 15 sessions. Now, most of my coaches or coaches who accept them at that point of time, when I say that, but for you, I would offer them for 15,000 a session. And I would welcome you and invite you to look at your new and transformed you for these 5, 7, 10, 11, 12, 15 sessions. And then you can choose, based on the transformation, you have some other goals to achieve, we will together do that. Most of my coaches have gone through 7, 8, 12, 15. And there are certain coaches who are even progressing at the 40th. Yesterday I had a coaching session, the 40th session which he had attended. Now, in this particular arrangement of this coaching session, where I said that there is a book which I have offered in a free talk session, which began with a free thing, and then it ended up in some kind of session, we would also understand after certain level that what exactly are the arithmetic by which we can convincingly understand that what is the return from this effort. Let us go through this. Are you interested for this? Yes. How exactly we make money from this? Yes. What kind of yes is that again? Yes. 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 Considering that we have 100 in the audience, most of the time it is like that. And the best part about a free session is, you have no pressure. It's a free session. I have no pressure. Now, you have no pressure means your performance is at your best. You have no hindrance, no sense of obstacle. You are completely free and you are performing at your best. Now, when you are performing at your best, you also choose your audience, that I should have this kind of audience. And you can call your shot saying that, yes, this kind of audience is required, and they would listen to you because you are doing it free. Now, 100 audience, 100 numbers are there who have come to your show, and you have given your entire talk. And when you are given your talk and you are telling them, there are books which are there, I have brought it to you, and it is your choice. As per your choice, you can buy the book. Most of the time, on an average, I have seen that out of 100, at least 30 people has purchased the book. Okay? Now, when 30 people purchase the book, if I am selling the book at 400 rupees a book, I am having 30 into 400, 12,000 rupees earned on the spot against a free seminar. Okay? Then, now out of this 30 people whom, as I said earlier also, when they are buying the book, in that process, I participate in saying that what exactly is the reason for which you are buying the book. What could be the possibilities with which you are looking at the book. You are taking the step to buy a book. They would come out with some concern, some vision, some dream that this is what I want to do, which I have never done so far. And there I would choose few of them whom I would offer free sessions. Now, out of 30, at least 7 would accept my coaching session to get forward with my offer, where I had said that I have for you, I have given you 15,000 per session, and at least you need about 12 to 15 sessions, but in 7 sessions, based on whatever is your outcome, we can achieve that. And out of 7, at least 1 buys the session, paying 15,000 per session for 7 sessions on an average. Which makes 1,05,000 rupees. And then a free session comes out with an income on that day for 1,17,000 rupees. Make sense? How many of you here are finding a tremendous possibility in this model? Okay, I would talk to only those who have not raised the hand in time to come. The other possibility of monetizing your idea is the book can also flow as an e-book to any corner of the world. And when it flows to any corner of the world, the best part about it is that you can keep a data or an input in the end of the book that whoever purchases this book would be entitled for a free coaching session. And today's date, with the technology working, you can always have a Skype call, a video call, a remote session where you can provide a coaching session for that person, whoever is purchased, whether he is in US, UK or Dubai or Malaysia or wherever it is. You can always do that. And as it is done, which is a free complimentary session, and if he or she gets value into what you're offering, which is most of the time is very, very valuable, you also convert from that possibility where book is traveling without you traveling anywhere all over the world in the form of an e-book. The moment you have a book, these possibilities of monetizing your free advices immediately coming into a play. The possibilities are in front of you and you can just take action to ensure that it is monetized.